Welcome back, everybody, to the World of Wraith YouTube channel. I'm testing out some new mic settings, so let me know how this sounds for you guys. Hopefully it's not too loud. Let's jump right into it. Actually, quick note before we jump right into it. This is not financial advice. It's just me looking through the market, some things I noticed, some things I wanted to talk to you guys about. Without further ado, let's get started. Prismatic Leyline. This hasn't been seeing much, if any, play, but it's been slowly rising. It's a $8 Majestic now. I think a lot of the hype is the new Ranger from the new set. I think her ability makes a harpoon, and it's a yellow harpoon. So I'm thinking possibly this could be part of that. If you guys know why else this card has been spiking, let me know. But yeah, pretty much $9 card for the non-foils. Let's check out the rainbow foils real quick. Only 14 on the market. A little bit more, maybe 10. But once these sell, the 10, it's like 17, then 20. So if you guys know a reason why it's been spiking, let me know. But yeah, best guess for me is high seas hype. Next up, Burnup Shock, cold foil. You got this by getting first place of your Armory before the gem packs came out. Not bad, $15. Maybe you have some lying around. You got a little bit of value. I think these were like 10 not too long ago, but Aurora's looking like the best deck of the format, so the cold foils have been going up. Battlefront Bastion. I think last time we looked at this, there was no listings. There's one listing at 45. And if we look at the sold listings, they're sold for 40 recently. Looks like before that they're selling for 20, 10. So yeah, the fact that 4 sold for 40, I think this is going to be the new type of price. And that's something else I want to know. If you guys already don't do this, make sure you're checking this actual sales data. Sometimes, especially in Flesh and Blood, since it's not as popular as other card games, when there's so little listings, the prices can be very, let's say, like they're trying to juice you on TCG Player. So if you check at sold listings and you see some have actually sold around that price, and at least you can feel a little safer knowing that, okay, like this is actually not a bad 45 is a lot for one card, but you know, people have bought it for 40, like 4 sales at 40, so it's not outrageous. It's not like they're just trying to juice you. They're just trying to set the new market value. They're the only listings here. But yeah, I think this was like a calling promo during MST format or something like that. So if you have some, the blue ones are going crazy right now. I think Florian hype. Next up, Relentless Pursuit. This was a Skirmish promo. This is that blue that marks a target. It's a blue block 3. I think only Fang is running it. About $12 ish, and then slowly going up. But only 2 have sold. 2 for 20. I would hold off on these if you want to like max ready your Fang deck. Same thing with Pledge Fealty. This is the instant that makes a Fealty token. It's a little extended art. It does look sick. It's about $8, slowly going to 10. Only 5 have sold. They sold for 10. We're pretty much done the skirmish. I think these might go down a little bit, but if you guys have seen my channel before, sometimes I say things will go down and then they just go crazy. So if you want these and you want to be rather safe than sorry, maybe pick them up. Personally, me, I only got 1 of each from the skirmishes I attended, so I definitely am missing 2 of each. So I'm gonna try to pick them up, but I probably want to pick them up when they're around like $6 ish. Fang is kind of a niche deck, but he has been showing out a little bit recently. He just won the Battle Harden. Next up, Levels of Enlightenment. This is getting so cheap, $13 for the non-foil. Guys, I think all the MST heroes will be leaving soon-ish, and once they do, all these Mystic cards are not going to be playable. And I know LSS doesn't really like having non-playable cards. I know they're still working on bringing back the dragons, but yeah, once they're all gone and we get MST number 2, this card's gonna go crazy. So if you have any interest in playing Mystic Heroes, I would recommend getting this sooner than later. It's super cheap right now. Honestly, you might be off just fine getting it later. Could even be lower, to be honest. But something to note. Levels of Enlightenment, super powerful in probably all the Mystic decks to ever be printed. And then the extended art. think this was like at 60 not too long ago. We got it right now for about near mint, about 46. So let's see if we have any sales. Yeah, about 46 in the sales, 45. Something to worth. Uh, you might want to pick these up if you know looking forward to the next MST set, or even if you want to upgrade your levels. These have been gotten a lot cheaper. I do think when we're in MST number 2, the non-fulls are going to shoot to like 30, 35. These extended arts are going to be easily 100. But that's just my opinion. Like I say, this is not financial advice. Hunt End extended art. I think this is one of the few cards from the Haunted that hasn't moved a lot. Even that Assassin uh, Instant Trap, it was like so cheap, and then we got the announcements of Necromancer and it moved. So many things in the Haunted have been crazy, but Haunted has been like pretty $35 cards for since its release. Maybe let's look at the sales. Yeah, 35, 36, 30, 30, 35. Fang, like I've been saying, has been getting a little more hype, so this might be a good pickup. I don't know if Fang will be best deck in the format, but once these go for like 30, slowly going to 40, we got one for 40. This is pretty much 44, then 50, then 60. Only 10 listings, so there's probably a lot more people that own this card and just don't want to list it yet. But yeah, if you can get a playset of this for like 80, 90, it's not a bad deal. This looks pretty sick in EA. I haven't seen it in person, but this artwork alone is pretty fire. Shelter hit $100. Guys, if you don't have your shelters yet, I can't even speak. I was gonna say don't get it. Guys, I've been telling you to not get shelters for these crazy prices. I was telling you to not get shelters back when it was like 60, and then I went to like 80. Once it was at 80, I was like, yeah, don't get it. It'll come down. And then like, yeah, this card's just going crazy. It could be the fact that Pro Tour London's coming up, and then we still have USA Nats. I think if you didn't get this, you kind of missed the ball. You know, it's tough saying like buy this $100 card. If you need it, you probably already bought it, and if you haven't bought it yet, then you probably are not going to buy it at this price. The EA going to 400 soon enough, about 378. Couple listings for under 400 and then 400. Yeah, this EA easily, I can see it being $1,000 card, maybe like 3-4 years down the line. Uh, so it's pretty crazy. I don't like saying like invest on cards. I'm more like a player. I want you guys to like get the cards you need to play. But if you buy this, you can definitely think of it as an investment. Just keep it in like a nice condition. Don't fuck it up too much while you're playing with it. And I just know that the card's going to grow in value. This EA is super hard to come by. Next up, Thick Hide Hunter. I want to be looking at a bunch of Brute cards. I think Brutes are kind of being overshadowed by everything else. I think after High Seas, we should be getting a Brute set. I feel like Brutes haven't gotten support in a while. The EA, we got some for 50 and then shoots up to pretty much $90. So if you want to snag these for 50, well, you can. It's not a bad idea. Scouting Flashback for the Rainbow Foil, about 45, closing to 50. This is one of the best headpieces in the game. And then I think we got the Cold Flow closer to like 70, 74, 75, going to 80. Only 15 listings on the market. This is heavy. This is Dust Till Dawn, not even heavy hitters. So I would get this sooner than later. As soon as they announce Brute hype, I can just see Scouting Flashbacks spiking. Apex Bonebreaker from heavy hitters. Rainbow Foils are about 71 and slowly going to 72. Look at this Cold Foil here for 72. This is a steal. I would definitely pick this up if you're missing your Apex Bonebreaker. Rainbow Foils are about 70 plus. Then Cold Foils, this guy's doing a pretty good steal. But even the rest of these are super close to the Rainbow Foils. So that's when you know they're a little undervalued. When Rainbow Foils and Cold Foils are so close together, it's often worth shelling out like maybe $10 extra, $5 extra to get the Cold Foil variant. It'll never be reprinted in Cold Foil. And yeah, pay a little bit extra. You're going to keep a lot more value as the time goes on. Maybe if this gets reprinted in a non-foil, the cold foil will stay way higher value than the rainbow. Savage Stash, about $32 for the Kayo Armory deck. This Armory deck has been going so crazy, guys. It has sales at 100. Yeah, not sure what to say. If you don't have your Armory deck and you want the Savage Stash, it might be worth just buying the Savage Stash. It might be worth shopping around, going to your LGSs, seeing if you can get this for a deal. Because not only is Savage Stash in here, Run Roughshot is on this, and you get a rainbow foil version. And then Strength Rules Alls is also in this. And this is not crazy right now, but I do think it's a good card. And it's also a KO Armory deck exclusive. Run Roughshot about $17. Only 3 listings on the market, and I don't think there's any rainbow foil. You get 1 rainbow foil copy of this. So yeah, if you can get an Armory deck KO for cheaper than $100, it's probably a good buy. Scabskin Leathers from History Pack, about 27. Welcome to Wraith, pretty much 40. Personally, I would spend the $12 extra to get the little rainbow foil. I love my foil cards, especially on my equipment. And I think this is easily gonna shoot to like 50, 60 once we get the brute support. Sand Packing, it's kind of like the CNC but for brutes. It does cost 3, which can be a little annoying with certain brute hands, but it has a great on hit. Right now it's about $17-ish for the non-foil. Only 22 in the market, only 9 rainbow foils. 22-ish, 25-ish. I would get this sooner than later. From heavy hitters, don't see this reprinted anytime soon. And it's definitely a great power card. Swing Big for Everfest, 25. I think this has been around that type of price for a while. Some sold at 21. Yeah, it's just a great brew card. If you want to play brutes, I would try to get this. Maybe trade for it, maybe buy it. But 2 for 8, it's pretty crazy on the rate. Bars. Blood Rush Bellows, about $5. Steeple, get this. If you don't own this and you have any interest in brutes, just get this. Don't get the history pack. There's less quantities. They're pretty much the same price. I would just get the black border one. Watch out whenever you're buying history pack cards. Don't just assume they're going to be cheaper. Splattered Skull. I know Reinhardt is not the best hero, but I think this card's actually kind of insane. And if we ever get like a Reinhardt 2, kind of like we got Dash IO, things like that. If we get a Reinhardt, Splatter Skull, something, I don't know what they would call him. But I think this card can easily be like a $15 Majestic. Like, this effect is so crazy. And the thing is, the on hit is going to be so much easier to get as you're intimidating cards from their hands. So Splattered Skull, I would definitely get this. I think this was like $1 not too long ago. Now I see it 2, 3. Pretty cool. Great card. Runner from the promos, $30. I don't see this seeing a lot of play, but look at this, 30, 32, then goes to 37 and 40. But I remember when Kayo was playing this, I felt like such a crazy card. It like starts off your turn and makes another agility, and you're like, damn, they have another agility for their next turn. The non-promo version, about $6. Like I said, not a bad price. If you're a brute fanatic, definitely pick it up if you don't own them. Cast Bones, I think it's too slow for the current meta, but I do remember back in heavy hitters when we were in a slower meta and they would play this, it felt so crazy. And if we ever get to a slow meta again, Cast Bones could just be a crazy power card. I think at some point this was like a $30 card maybe. No, the chart isn't showing that, but let me see. 1 year. Alright. I swear it was like $30 at one point. Maybe it was sometime. No. According to TCG, it wasn't. I think when heavy hitters came out, this was like crazy hyped. And I could easily see it go up to like $10, $15. As I've been saying, if you're interested in Brute, definitely pick it up. Last but not least, Shadow Realm Horror. Kind of cheap right now, 59 listings. Let's see the rainbow foils real quick. $4. Yeah, I think the rainbow foils are a pretty good buy right now. Levia is not the best hero, but she's kind of like Riptide. That LSS keeps on giving her support and support. She has a whole demi hero. I think eventually she can be good. Who knows how long down the line that'll be. But this card is insane. So if you're interested in Brutes and Levia, this is really good time to pick this up. I think it's pretty cheap. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know down below, do you think Brutes are going to be in the set after High Seas, or do you think it's time for something else? Leave a like, hit that subscribe button. Thank y'all for watching. Peace.